All right. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday, and welcome to another episode of Mimosa Hotline with Ronnie Bartles, your business strategist, and myself, Ashley Rhoda, your brand strategist, where every Thursday we come live to discuss our life, business, branding, and marketing in an unfiltered, raw, real way with you. And so last time we had the pleasure of having guest co-host Violetta Kroc, and thank you for that. And Ronnie, it's so nice to have you back. I missed you. I had like separation anxiety. Violetta, I love you, but like, oh, good time.
You know, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, I know. It's so fun. Do you see all the little heart bubbles? Just do. All the things. So I actually can see one thing that I need to do. I just need to open up the chats because we have lots of exciting announcements today, and we want you to engage with us. We want you in the chat. Remember, this is for both live and on the replay. So replayers, don't feel like you're being left out. If you leave those comments, the second we see them, we will respond. So this is kind of like throughout your week, but when we go live is Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m. Mountain, 11 Central, and noon Eastern, which, by the way, I hate converting time zones. That's just a side note.
Yeah. Well, and particularly now because it's daylight savings time. So it's EDT.
Shit.
Technically. I know. The time changes have like messed everybody up the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think of that.
I'm in the camp of like, let's not change time anymore. I don't care which one we pick, just fucking pick one.
For sure. Yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah. All right. So I've got comments up. I think I'm the viewer. So I'm going to say when someone else joins us, please test out that so I can make sure I see it and we catch you all. But okay. So lots and lots and lots and lots to cover. I think we should start with the new hotline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them what we did, how we set that up, the inspiration? Like just
Well, I mean, our name is Mimosa Hotline, so like it like lends itself to being a hotline. So in the process of us like trying to get a website and do all of this stuff, it was one of those conversations like, wouldn't it be fun to actually have a hotline that people could call into and ask questions or, you know, emotional outbursts, whatever they needed to, you know, confess.
Yes.
You know, a good word. So I like just to get into the technical piece of like how this kind of came about. Like it literally is a Google voice. Like it's so easy. You know, so like we ended up setting up Mimosa Hotline, a Gmail account, just so that we would have email for it, you know, and it kind of becomes its sort of own thing. And because of that, we get all those nice Google benefits of things. And so we just set up a Google Voice that now you can call in and leave a voicemail. I did just a really quick recording of me for the voicemail, but when I come there next month, we might want to like do something cute together.
Yeah, no, we're totally going to cutesy it, but I'm sure it's fabulous what you have. And just so everyone knows, I put it in the comments for us. Mimosa hotline number is 843-461-0521. And so, yeah, it's this playful way for us to have this open hotline for you to call in. And yeah, I love what we decided for it. And one of the things that our OGs will know is as we've started this, it was a passion project that we then realized had traction. And then we then realized was like, not just cool for you and I, but like amazing for everyone. So we actually then started getting very strategic. And when you were sharing the idea of like, we set up the Google account, it was because there's actually like business strategy to have the email to be separate, because Ronnie and I have our own core businesses. And we were running it through that, but it is out of integrity of the business if we are going to be serious that you want to do these things. So that's where everything came from. We're using Google Drive to organize everything. We're using the Gmail number, all the things. So it just makes sense.
Yeah, it just makes sense. I mean, it's its own brand that stands on its own. So like it should have its own assets of stuff too. And by the way, you're welcome. But this brand is probably one of my favorites because it made the website so easy to make, and it's probably one of my favorites I've ever built.
I love it. So can we dive into that just a little bit more? Is it because it's like what your aesthetic likes that's made it easy, or because you had all the parts that you needed I want people to see that, not.
So yeah, okay. From the technical side of actually building a website, going through and really working on the logo and the set of colors and fonts that are the brand guidelines. The way Squarespace works is you go into their site styles, and they have made it so that when you go in and you put in your 5-color color palette, everything in the site now then coordinates with it. You know, you put in your font set, your color set, and now everything built in that, the template that you choose is in those colors. I don't have to fix it.
Nice.
You know, I just have to pick one of the brand colors,
Right.
which then makes the actual like build itself really easy.
Right.
So then when you get into aesthetic, one, it is kind of down my alley of like what my brand also looks like too. So that made it really kind of easy. But I mean, the hardest part was writing the words and layout of the page and picking a photo.
Right.
I mean, and even the photos were fairly easy to pick, but you know, so
but I even want to speak to that too, though. When you have those base standards for your brand or the identity or the look and feel or the vibe, I don't care how we're going to say this thing. Everything I just said all denotes to the exact same thing, which I hope people understand. But when you have that standard set, it makes it a heck of a lot easier to do these other things that people assume are super easy, but are not. And what I'm saying that is picking your stock imagery or selecting from a brand photo shoot or building a brand photo shoot, what to wear, what props, what locations, how to do it. It can be hard. We've got a project right now that we're doing this with, and the website developer is trying to pick stock imagery, but he doesn't understand the voice of the brand. And so it's clashing. There, in my opinion, there's this spark of inspiration, kind of that aha euphoria moment. And he picked like a sunset hike in nature. And I was like, how's that working out? Like, so when we have these, it's that guideline. You don't have to think so hard. It should just be clear. If I give you 100 options, you're like, that's me, that's me, that's me, or that's on brand, or that's my company, that's my company. However you want to say that. But I feel like I have to say it 3 different ways because it resonates different with people depending on how they approach it. Yeah.
Well, and to that, from the web developer side, like I'll put that hat on for a minute, just because I've done, several websites, on Squarespace. I get so many clients that don't have a brand. They're like, okay, here's my logo file. And it's a logo file that's a JPEG and still has a white background to it because it's not even transparent. Like this happens all the time. And then I'm picking colors and tone of voice and all the aesthetic pieces and designing the brand while I'm doing the website. And so let's just say for a minute, your brand developer is like, yeah, pay me by the hour. Now, what should have been a 2-hour project for them that might have only cost you $1,000 is going to be a 10-hour project that now is going to cost you $4,000. Yeah. So I think those are the things to take into consideration when people are like looking at you and your business and what you do. And they're like, oh, I have a brand, and they don't think they need that. But if you think further down the road now, you're spending so much more money on other vendors to put those pieces together for you. And you're still not satisfied because there's a gazillion hands in it. They aren't equipped to do that job. That's not what they do. So, I think that for you in the sales talk, like I might be expensive right now, but think about all the money you're saving later. Well, there's a quote that's in my industry of like, if you think cheap design is, if you think the cost of good design is expensive, you should see the expense of cheap design. Right. I think I said that correctly. Yeah. But as you were speaking to, what makes me get goosebumps and cringe on this is that, okay, so let's put you in the hat back of the Squarespace website developer. You were just putting the brand together based on your needs. You needed a logo, you needed colors, you needed it to look cohesive, but you built it off of like the base that they gave you, respectfully. Where's the strategy behind that? Meaning the selection of colors look nice, but the psychology of them, do they actually visually represent what is
the business, you know? So like maybe you put, I'm going to use an example just because it's a great one from the past. So I had a CFO, she put together a color palette that was these pale blue and pale green, think kind of baby boy, just to use this for an example, baby boy blanket color. Well, she was getting a lot of needy young male clients, and that wasn't really serving her. And when we went into the financials and she started educating me on the whole idea of, now make sure I say this right, isn't it like you want to get out of the black and into the red, or out of the red into the black? I always say it backwards. Which way is it?
You want to get out of the red into the black.
Okay, you want to get out of the red into the black. So the point is, we then switched the color palette into a red-black gradient, and all of a sudden she started getting both genders. She got very decisive people. She got people that were ready to take action, and there's a difference. Now, somebody would look at both and approve both, because blue and green are nice to look at, easy to work with. You've got your colors. You could have built the site off that. You could have also done the same with black and red. It's a great color. It's good to go. I also, side note, just found out the Portland Trailblazers, which was my basketball team, and the Bulls, which is the basketball team here, are both black and red. So yay to the team colors going out there. But I'm just saying, like, you know, so both things would have worked. And as a developer who would have chosen either one of those, the site would be great. It would be cohesive. It would look good. But what is the result it gets? And if you're working with people that aren't being strategic down to the psychology of color, I actually think that there should be, in my opinion, if there's not already, psychology of font. You know, a block letter is very different than a cursive font, and what that says and how that is. I was watching, Netflix has that abstract series, and there's one on there's an episode based on typography, and even the type makers were saying that typography, fonts, however you want to say this, is like paint. You can't really do anything with it individually. It's part of a bigger picture, but each paint or each font has its own characteristics and personality, right? So individually it doesn't make a lot of sense, but together as a whole it does. And I was just thinking of that, and I was like, oh my God, because it's like people put this together mindlessly, in my opinion. Sorry, that's bold to say, but mindlessly. They're like, well, it looks good, or well, it's my favorite color, but it has zero representation of the business, the service, and the audience it's looking to attract. So it has nothing to do with you. Doesn't matter what you like. What does your business need in order to be, you know? It's like, I think sometimes of the, like, my favorite thing is a goat in a onesie. Like, super cute, but does the goat really need a freaking onesie?
I mean,
like,
it's like me putting Olivia in her sweatshirt. Like, does she really need that? She already has a fur coat.
And where do you live again?
In South Carolina. I'm like, it's 40 degrees out. She needs a sweatshirt to go potty.
Freaking love this. I think that's just a different level of crazy we could dive into, but yeah, I mean, I get it.
Well, and I mean, even I'll take the branding topic a little further. I know that we didn't talk about that we were going to talk about this, but I had a free strategy call yesterday with a really lovely woman that's a coach, kind of like shifting her business a little bit. And funny thing, she came from High Minds. She's a member of High Minds and has been working with Shauna for years. And she said, you know, I was on a High Minds call the other day, and Ashley wrote a mention that she's working with you. And that put me down a rabbit hole of on your website for like an hour and a half, like stalking you. And I was like, well, thank you. And she was like, and I don't say this because out of meanness, she was like, but I see good branding like yours, and I get really jealous because I want that.
No,
you know,
and it's not there's nothing mean about that. That's actually like good, because when you see it, you know it's done right. And my favorite thing, Kathleen is always saying this. She's like, Ashley, I go into a store and I don't know why, but I know they have good branding. Like, I couldn't necessarily dissect it. Like maybe you could and be like, well, it's because of this and this and this, or these things are all present, but I go in and I like it and I want some of it. So it's, I hear that very often, but I love that she like found you through just the whole thing that you just said. I love that, you know?
Yeah.
Think of that too, guys. Let's take other side of the coin, branding and marketing, other side of the coin. You're in communities where you're just sharing the people you work with, the things that you're mindful of and what you're doing. And that could then lead to a strategy call that then like, that's awesome. Because what are we always saying? Connections and conversations are the answer to everything.
To conversions.
I know I was getting there too, but I didn't know if we wanted all 3 C's. Do we do that too? I guess so. Yeah, those are our 3 C's. I was thinking my 3 C's.
No, ours are connection,
we
conversation,
have the full
conversion.
3, right? Connection, conversation, conversion. I was thinking of consistency, cohesion, and charisma. And I was like, do we have 2 or 3? But I just went for 2 to be safe.
Well, and so like, I'm going to take that 3C analogy actually further. So in that case, I actually had never met her before. And she's local in Charleston as well. And so it was kind of one of those like, you know, nice connections. But so thinking about how her journey was into getting to me, right? She started with, she heard you say that she worked with me. She got on my website. My website made a connection with her, right? Like there's something about it that connected with her. So she scheduled a conversation. We had a conversation and I converted that into an intensive in a month-ish. So like, that's the process of that. So think about your business assets in that way. Like, is your website making the connections with people that they want to start a conversation? Same with your social media, you know, any of your marketing communications outwardly, is it speaking to the voice of your brand, that your brand is connecting with that person to start the conversation?
Absolutely. And as we've been expanding my team, all the things that we've been doing, one thing that I was learning was team roles, you know, because I have a very unique like background to this. I didn't actually work in corporate the way pretty much everyone I talk to has. So like, good for you all. My bad for not doing that part. But like finding these roles. And one of the things that I was looking at were, because this is what I love to do this, go to industries that have nothing to do with you. So I was actually looking at vet clinics. Long story short, Kitty had to go. So I was like thinking while I was in there, and I then Googled, what is the office staff of a vet clinic? And one of the things was the differentiation between a technician and an assistant and that kind of thing. But then when we got into our project, I was thinking the website needs to act like your front desk receptionist or assistant. And I was like, oh, I kind of like thinking of it that way. I also worked with a artist recently where she was a museum curator. She knew how to set up galleries. She knew how to set everything up. And she was looking at the website, so website based. She was like, websites, tabs, pages, this. And I was like, I need you to just like take all that out of your head. And I want you to think of the homepage as like the entryway. How would you style that? Okay, great. Now the next page would be the first room. What would you put of your collection in there? And then the third, and she's like, oh my God. I was like, so stop thinking of it like that. Right. And use your own analogy, your own terminology into it. And she built out the whole site herself too. So it's those things that I wish it were harder because it's quite simple. But it's like the stumbling blocks we all fall on. And it takes yourself, myself, in these conversations. It's not. Well,
and I think people get caught up then in the technical piece of what a website needs to do. And, you know, it needs to do SEO, it needs to drive, like they get caught up in the technical pieces of a site that they forget about what you're talking about, of like thinking about it as this like, the human side of it. Because there's a really nice balance between the two. You have to find that nice balance between people connecting and being humanized and making it work from a conversion SEO perspective too. So there's this balance that I think people get too caught up in the technical piece of it.
Yeah, I definitely see both sides. So like calling myself out, I think my current website, which we are fixing and we will adjust, because it's always funny when you're in this phase that you kind of cringe when somebody's like, oh, I saw your site, I loved it. I was like, oh, are you sure about that? Okay. And then I question them because I'm like, but we all go through phases. Anyways, I think mine's too personal right now. We need more strategy in it. Right. And then there's other times where it's so strategic that there's no personality in it. And you've got to find your balance. And you're going to have different percentages at different phases in your business. You know, is there a time where you're more of a personal consultant? Is there a time where you're more agency? Like what? And finding your balance of what that is. It's not always 50-50. It's not just,
Right.
I mean, everybody's going to say strategy and function, human personification in this, but
and it depends on what you do.
Yeah.
You know, like for you being a designer and a brand strategist, like you need more of that personal, like design aesthetic to it. You know, somebody that is, you know, an IT guy needs that to be more technical. Also, let's not make your website name dumb, but we won't go there.
It's so hard because like
I want to talk about this because
we're
so
actually
funny.
we like straight up can't, but at the same
I know we
time,
can, but I
talk
still
about
want
it without
to.
talking about it. I secretly kind of want to go back to him and ask if we can just buy the domain for future, like before and afters, what not to do, like what not to wear, but like what not to do. It's a perfect case study for that. I get it. You don't have the finances to do this right now, but I also know why you don't have the finances to do this right now.
I know. I know.
Cheers
Anywho, cheers to him. Good luck.
I know. I wish that was stronger than tea for you, but yeah.
Oh, I have coffee, so.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, that kind of went on a little bit of a tangent that I don't think we expected, but it was
okay. Should we do the next surprise?
Yeah, let's move on. Okay. Yeah, let's see what you got down there. That's not a cat.
I know. It's not a cat this time.
It's not a cat.
So, y'all, we believe one of our love languages is gift giving. And we have also believed in swag. And part of the like lifestyle behind Mimosa Hotline is whenever Ronnie and I do our meeting, well, we look so great for you today. The truth is we're usually in like a baseball hat and sweats. I have no makeup on. She can barely see my face. It's like, yeah, it's a whole thing. And we wanted to create swag for our future speakeasy members and favorite people. We might be giving this away to guest experts. We might be, you know, just all the things. We needed this. And we were thinking lifestyle swag. It's great when you go out and like, let's just use an example here because this happened to me last night. It's great when you go out and, you know, you get the notepads. By the way, actually, this time I kind of wanted these, but everybody's different notepad for you. I mean, and everybody's different pen.
Like, I got a piece of swag sitting right here as I'm.
But that one's a good swag though. That's like,
I use this one all the time. Like, I love it.
But what I love about that one, so show that mug if you don't mind. So it says all moves are the right moves. And this is from our coach, Shauna Van Bogart, who we love. And there's no distinct logo to her necessarily
on this. Yeah.
See it, you think of that quote, you think of your teaching, and you're doing the lifestyle she's coaching you with, which I think is genius. But then even so on these ones, it's like everybody has a logoed pen, but like that's kind of nice. I'm a gel pen girl though, so I judge those, but I do appreciate for the ball.
I am a pen snob, so pens are a thing for me. So
I won't lie to you. I did just put gel pen order into my Amazon cart because I was like,
I'm
going to donate these pens to the office downstairs. I just need some simplicity because my pens are starting to make me antsy.
Well, see, and I don't like gel pens because I don't pick my pen up and then it drags and I hate that. So I am a like super fine point ball. Like I like a pen that like when you write with it, it like scratches.
Okay, so you're a fine tip. Yeah. So actually I'll save a few of these for you because they're a little too scratchy for me.
Oh, I love scratchy pens.
So scratch away. Since we're talking about mugs, why don't we debut our mug? So our intention was we want to meet you in the middle between my coffee girls and my tea girls. Yeah. So we designed a latte mug, which oh my God, it's starting to come out. It's starting to come out. And are you ready? We actually look. Okay, here it is. Oh, look at it.
Oh, it looks great.
It looks really good. So she goes around, and then as you all know, what we call you is our business.
Cute.
Cute.
I love that paint
This is also strategically done. When it's facing outward, you're representing Mimosa Hotline, but secretly you're our business bestie. So the reason I put it this way was because as a show host, we need to be on brand, but then also it's like a little secret love note to our besties on the back. So actually this looks really good.
It looks great. I'm excited about that.
No. So actually, can I ask a weird question? Is this mirroring? Can you read it the correct way? Oh, I can tell you on the recording.
I can read it correct.
Yeah, it's so cute. Isn't she cute?
Mm-hmm.
And I like this shape. I like the like latte shape.
I do too.
I can't quite do anything with this section, but even that, it's still okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, the mug. That's really cute.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited.
Okay. Anyways, number 2. So the good news too, also people, the other thing I want you to know about this is what we call a proof or a mock-up. So you always want to order a first sample. So if you're working with larger quantity, you can ask the distributor or the printer to send you a sample. It's just one to see that like, okay, my design looks okay. Had it been wonky and maybe off-centered or something, like actually I'm pretty proud of myself. This looks pretty good. But yeah, see, I'm trying to think. Had it been wonky though, where like when you hold it, this was off or something, do you know what I mean? You may want to reset the design. So it's always good to get your base. That being said, anyways, okay, we have mugs. Okay, next up, I'm very excited about this. And I actually now realized I held back on something. I'll tell you what I did, what I thought I did, but oh, this is good. All right. Okay. So this was actually hard for me to design because it was really easy, but it was actually hard because there's a seam in the hat that I was worried about. But
oh yeah,
I don't know if I should, I'll show it and then I'll put it on, but a couple of details. So Mimosa Hotline.
oh, it looks so good.
So I'm gonna like flatten it out so you can see it there.
Yeah, but the seam actually doesn't like it. It looks like it's fine.
It's fine. See, this was my concern. So it actually kept the A. So that was my biggest concern.
Yeah.
Number one, like, would it indent? What would it do on the hat? So I was very curious to see like what would happen with that. Yeah. I did a white stitching on black, just so you know, so we could change that to pink or something, but I just wanted like base. Yep. Look at the nails. They look so good.
They do look, I was going to mention that earlier. They looked really good.
It's like, I got this done for this, but the hat. So we have this. I like this. The other thing that I had considered was if I separate Mimosa to be more on this side and Hotline. However, the length of Mimosa is a little bit longer. So it looks off balance when you do it. So I actually like this. Do you approve? Do you like this?
Yes, I approve. I love it.
Okay. Now,
I think it's done well too.
I just dropped one on the floor. Sorry. Other details are that I made it for the ponytail girls. I also made it adjustable instead of the snap. So if you've got the smaller head, the bigger head, whatever we need, we've got the breathing air holes. Cause I don't know about you, but if I put it up with like wet hair, it's nice to have the holes so that it can dry, but I think it's a good hat style. Yep. So yeah. And then you can do your whole little, I don't know if you bend it, but I totally bend it.
I do mine too.
Yeah. We will have hats. So
they're cute. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get mine.
I know. Yes. So here's our ideas on this. There will be for the speakeasy. Sorry, back up. On the new website, you're going to have an opportunity to join our private membership, which is called the Speakeasy. And in that, you're going to get a couple of unique member benefits. Those that choose to be members will get show notes like we used to do, itemized, very time-stamped, very outlined of the resources that we talk about, what we talk about. If you don't have time to watch the show, this is your easiest way. If you're more of a visual learner instead of auditory, whatever your thing is, you'll have show notes. Then we're going to have guest experts. As we do this, you've all been so patient with us, so thank you for that. But as we unfold this show, we have a new intention of our outline of programs. So every month, we're kind of breaking it down to 4 primary shows. You'll have the Ashley and Ronnie riff on topics. We'll bring in guest experts to have business bestie conversations. We'll also be doing hotline Q&As where we'll review any of those voicemails that you leave us with. You know, the whole point of that too is to be your confessional. You know, where are you struggling? What do you need help with? What are you like, oh my God, I did this and now I feel so bad about it, or whatever it is, or I invested in a coach and it's not working, whatever, or I paid someone else to do all the marketing and branding and it's not getting the results you girls get, or maybe an F word. I came up with something new F words, friend, freelancer, Fiverr, bad words. Fiverr maybe in the right context, but still it's an F word. All of those for that. And then the final episode, what did I miss? That was 3, wasn't it?
BYOB.
Oh, shoot, the best one, BYOB, which we welcome you to bring your own booze, but really we're meaning to bring your own business in an opportunity to get laser coaching by us. So if you come onto the show and are vulnerable and willing to share your situation, it's completely free or complimentary. If you'd like to have a little bit more private one-on-one, then they're $250 for an hour with Ronnie and I. And this is insane because this is our hourly rate. So it's like
it's basically half off.
One. Yeah. BOGO sale, 2 for the price of 1, all of that. The next benefit is going to be swag. Those of you that choose, you can do base membership and just be amongst us and be one of our amazing business besties, but you can also increase that to get a sample of your own business bestie Mimosa Hotline swag, because I mean, you totally need this. The next things that I want to start designing, because now I'm seeing it in person, I'm like addicted now. I'm like, we need this might be a base. This is great, but I'm thinking the flutes, champagne flutes. I have zero idea how to do that, but I would love to find branded champagne flutes. I was speaking to a new viewer last night, a shout out. I won't, I'll let her decide when she's ready to be in the crew, but she was oh God, I'm so excited to say I have lost all train of thought. Oh, she was laughing that we had never had a mimosa on the Mimosa Hotline show.
I'm like almost embarrassed by it now.
Oh, I know. I like some point, maybe we should choose like maybe the 50th episode or some upcoming milestone. Then we're like, because we're pretty close to that, to be honest. Maybe we do it, or we could do a toast to our new champagne sponsor, which we are manifesting. And her idea was to get which I don't think this fully exists, but she wanted the champagne sponsor from Emily in Paris. Oh. And I was like, I think that's made up. I think that's the show. I don't think that's an actual line.
I don't remember who it is, but we should look it up.
I was like, I don't know. But then I was like, anyway, so I have a feeling
au pair, champagne au pair, or something like that.
Something.
Yeah. No, that is made up.
I think I want to build out our cup.
Yeah, and this is not the end all be all. Like, we love swag, so we might find other things we want.
We might need a green one. I feel like we need a green one.
Yeah, that green is so pretty. And
or the taupe. Like, I kind of want them all, so I'll build that out for us. I need all 3 because it's just that way. Hats, that's a thing too. I really like the black hat though with the white. I think it's just classy, and I want to keep our girls looking right. So
yeah,
I'm not sending you out in like funky things. But so we'll have the flute, and then now I'm starting to think of new things too. But I just see
journals.
Our girl, our girl.
I think of journal.
Watches her episodes with her feet up.
Or a journal. Like, I know I'm not a journaler.
Are you feeling okay? Did you just say journal? Are you, Ronnie, are you okay?
Yes.
How many fingers?
4. You're good. No. So, okay. I know that I'm not a journaler.
You scared me. Don't say things like that. For anyone that doesn't understand what's happening, Ronnie hates journaling. So to assume that we would get a journal.
So it's not the task of journaling that I hate. It's fine. I mean, I'm not going to do it every day. Like, I find it hard to do. My real problem with it is every fucking coach out there is like, go journal it. Like, it's the answer to life. I'm like, is it really?
Mm-hmm. I would love journals, but I'm going to be very specific. I want spiral bound.
Oh, I will say, and when I say journals, like, I don't use it to journal in, I use it to like make my task list.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, absolutely. Use it however they will, but I think that would be a really cute addition to the mix.
I will say I'm a spiral person too, because I like to be able to lay it flat or like fold it backwards and lay it flat and then spiral.
So I'll work on, and those I know I can do. So I'll work on that. If anyone has a request for swag, call the hotline, leave it in the comments. Like, we want you to have what you need. Like,
when they get there, I'm throwing an idea out there. Like, when they get our little box of swag, like a really pretty, like, little rose quartz would be nice too.
Yeah. Oh, look at you going woo. I see you. Okay. I love the woo. Yeah. Like a rose quartz would be fun or something. Yeah. But that should be the surprise, because you can't maybe we can order that in this swag. We're going to have to look at that too.
I know. Yeah.
Once we do all of this, it might make sense to go through that swag box that Shauna used and then have that. We have to look at all of that. But that would be fun, because I don't know that, I'm sure you could, but it's not like, because we're not imprinting on it or like you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Without
just
words.
yeah.
Yeah, but that would be amazing. Yeah. So we'll add
There's tons of pink and green
we'll do
crystals
the
out there that can be
spiral
really cute.
notebook. Yeah.
But everybody can use a notebook. I mean,
Everybody can. Yeah. And that's the thing. We don't want to send you shit that like you don't legit need, or
like,
figure out what it is.
I have this one on my desk. It's not a notebook.
Oh, that's super cute.
Isn't that cute? Like, this is kind of our aesthetic too, but
Yeah.
it's got like, today is the day, and then you put the date, and it's got like, what's my mood today, the to-do list on today's schedule. So it's like broken up into different sections. And I don't use all the sections the way they are. I use it more like just a to-do list, and I write my shit down, but it's pretty, and it's like, it's really gold pretty. And
I actually just thought of a vendor. I just thought of the vendor though that we can call, and they do custom consolidation of things, like if you need to pull it together. So we do have somebody. She's in Portland. I'm embarrassed that I can't think of her thing because she just commented on one of my posts. Don't you hate that?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Anyways, that's for you to know and you to find out.
Right. It'll come to you as we're talking about. So all of a sudden you'll be like,
So I guess as we are getting through things, do we want to talk about share website things, where we're at with that, or we basically gave such a great debut last time. I think we're good.
I know. We can just say that like it's cool. Good. It's really good. It's like we have 2 things left to do on it. Yeah. I mean, literally, and they're like, well, one's kind of hard, and I'm letting you do that because it's so not
hard. You give me the easiest part.
Oh my God, email sequence. I mean, I'm all for a nice email welcome sequence. Like, they work. I get it. There's something about email that drives me crazy of like designing and writing them. I don't know why. Like, as a marketer, I know they work so well, but I hate doing them.
That's fine. You use MailChimp, right? Or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I almost thought that maybe that was one of the softwares that, you remember how we were having the Calendly Acuity moment? Like, I didn't know which one you used. I thought because you knew I used MailChimp, you were just giving it to me because oh, okay. Well, that's even
no, it's, I guess I find email very time consuming.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I don't like doing them. I also because I have one client that I do a weekly email for, and they're a retail client. And every week when I like get to the task of doing that, it doesn't take me long because I have my template already set up. So it doesn't take me long anymore, but it's like, I stare at a blank page of content of like, what am I even going to, like, if we don't have a sale running, I don't know what to talk about.
Yeah. I was thinking for ours, 2 things was, one, I'm going to do obviously for this situation, they're going to be on the wait list for joining the Speakeasy membership. So I want to welcome them, thank them, give them an outline of the benefits so that they know. Right. And then I was going to play a little bit with what works so freakishly well in my newsletter campaign, that friendly check-in. Yeah. I thought we could have a Mimosa hotline bestie version of that. This last one, I got 5 people that replied to that. And I was like, nice. Like, and not just like liked it, like they gave me updates. Someone's trying to go to Paris. Someone had a awesome win at work. Another person was like, I love these. They always get me so motivated. Like, it's not just little, like, great to hear from you. Right. I hope the Windy City's treating you well, that kind of stuff. Like, it's great. So yeah, I would love that. I might even start calling my people out that actually reply and say thank you to this person, so other people start getting in on it. Because like, yeah, it's like, come on. And that was funny because one of them I sent out, I was like, I know you think that this is an automation. I know you think that this is a thing, but I'm an actual human writing this to you. I'm sorry I was being efficient and did it all in a day, but if you could reply back, it makes my whole day. Yeah. So I think we'll do maybe like 3, not a ton. I want them on I want them on there. And I don't know how long or what all we'll need for the membership to get that off the ground. I mean, isn't that also a Squarespace feature that we could open that up
time? We can.
So then it's just the support to do the show notes and everything and get the experts and everything. So that shouldn't be more than like a 60-day wait period is my thought process, because all we really need to do is get the experts that we have 2 years worth of experts and just book them on. So we'd be fine, but that would be nice. So they know like, oh, I can wait 60 days. Like, and then we could have things for them in the interim. Okay, we need to talk about this off this, but I'm now having my moment. Sorry. Sorry. That is not something we should be doing live, but anyways. Yeah. I'm just thinking of the campaign though, like, okay, so the welcome them, the love on them. And then I'm thinking like in that, whatever the wait period is, if we choose 60 days, 90 days, whatever, it would be cool to have steps for them to do, like make sure you get your swag, check in with this, go to the group, do that. Like that'd be kind of cute. Instead of, when you join a new group, I always find it exciting, but daunting when the first thing they give you like an action item, 5 things to do, join the group, put it on your calendar, do this, do that. And it's like, you sit there and you do it all, but then you forget. Where I think if they gave me step by step, like join in the group and play in the group, I can do that. And then the next group, and then you're just in it more, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's our welcome sequence for when we actually launch it and have it up and running.
I know. Oh, so you just literally want the wait list?
Yeah, because we don't.
Oh, this is why we got to get.
I was going to say, I mean, you can like build out what you want. I mean, you can build it out if you want, but we don't have the membership yet. So like, I just want to like welcome, you're on the list. We'll let you know when it's open.
Okay.
We do though, even if we're 60 or 90 days out, we'd still need to continually nurture that list.
Yeah.
As a strategy that everybody should also follow.
I don't intentionally overcomplicate absolutely everything, but I do. Like I just, if people don't give me parameters, I just go for it all. Like I'm not like, that's going to take me 5 seconds. I have a full Saturday to do that.
That's why I'm letting you do it, because it's one of those things I hate doing. So
yeah, but anywho.
Yeah. All right. The only last thing of that is like connecting it to the domain name, which is easy.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I was like 3 weeks ago, I was a little nervous, to be honest.
Yeah. Because wasn't our launch date like April 1st or what?
Yeah, that's what we talked about. And we got to mid-February and I was like, shit, that's only 6 weeks away. And then now I'm feeling good. I'm like, oh, I'm in a good spot now. I'm good.
Yeah. We're going to actually come in early. We're going to shave off some time on that plan. So that's good. I wonder if maybe that could be one of our first inside the speakeasy private trainings, like talking about what our plan, how we did it.
Yeah.
Anyone that would want to start a podcast should listen to what the hell we did.
Or launch anything.
Yeah.
Launch a course, launch a new service, launch a new product. Like,
that'd be helpful.
Sequence.
We should do that.
Yeah, that would be a good masterclass.
Yeah. Yeah, just because of like all the things, like 1, our plan of action, 2, how we tackled said plan of action. It goes back to your genius thing of show the work. Don't just say, go launch a podcast. It's like, great, but what are the things? I think I was writing this to you the other day, but I think for me, the thing that's missing in the world right now is people are like, oh, I'm dealing with this with a client. Just put together a landing page, just launch a podcast, just do this. And that just makes it sound like it's a single step to do, but there's multiple things. And I'm saying that like, we need not only the shopping list and the grocery items, but the recipe of step-by-step how to put that together to make the thing,
Right.
The client right now, the landing page included imagery, copy, a email sequence to be connected. And she's like, Jesus, I thought this would be like so much easier. Like I didn't realize all the steps that went involved. And I was like, yeah, me either. But at the same time, now that we're building it out and we see what we're missing, then great. Now we know for the next.
But and that first one is always the hardest.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. But ours was a little too easy. And I don't know if it's just because this is our wheelhouse and this is what we know how to do, but I have had so much fun, and like everything that we do comes together so fast. Like the new graphics for the hotline took me maybe 5 minutes. I'm embarrassed to say that, maybe 5.
Well, and I will say this. So like, even with Mimosa Hotline, we didn't really follow your complete brand like process, but we sort of did at the same time too, without knowing we did. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like we did.
We lived it. We didn't necessarily sit down to do it, but and we have moments though, for sure, where we're like, you know, is this on brand? But because I think the other thing is how we did it was we had been talking for 2 years.
Right.
It already kind of gave us a clear persona of who she is. But yeah, we have not, we need to, I was going to tell you that's on our
it is on our list.
Is like establish the values, vision, and mission. And we also need a clear target audience. Like we have it, but it's not outlined. It's not like
in a document somewhere.
Yeah, I almost made up a new word. I was going to say referenceable. Like you can't go and reference it somewhere, but I guess that's how you would say that. I was like, referenceable. That's a word, right? No. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe not.
This is when we need the hat, so you can just like,
Is this one of those like I smarted moments?
Like last night, I was trying to write a post. I just had one of those great evening, great networking, nice to see everybody. But I'd also had like, and I say that this is like a rarity, but I had a really productive day where I did a lot of the tasks, not just one project that's productive, but I did a lot of things all day. And then to get to that, and I came home and I was literally laying on the floor, but the lighting was right. And it's like carpet is my background, like that's sexy. And I have the cats just running all over me, dragons like up here doing this stuff. And I was trying to say like, you know, if you want to know how I end my night, it's I come home, I put on my pajamas, I literally lay on the floor because it like takes the stress out of your back. I elevate my feet and the cats are all over me. And I was like, because I did the thing. What's our thing? And I couldn't remember it. I was like, did I blonde too hard? Did I talk too much? What's our thing? And we said it the other day, I smarted too hard because you did, because when we do too many smart things in a day, Ronnie and I can do some epic
dumb shit.
Dumb shit. I like that. Dumb shit. Yeah. I was gonna say stupidities shit, but yeah, that's better. Dumb shit. And I couldn't even think of I smarted too hard. And I was like, this is the moment I need the phrase why we came up with it, but like, ooh.
It's because you smarted too hard.
Yeah, that should be a cup. That'd be good. Maybe that's what our flute is. I smarted too hard.
I mean, we're gonna have a whole line of t-shirts eventually with like these sayings.
Oh my God. I could totally live into the t-shirt though. I'll take a neck black basic and just give me like, and I think in our font, just like these little catchphrases right here that are just like people get close to read and they're like, pop.
Well, and I went to a wine festival, I think I told you about this. I went to a wine festival in January and there was a group of girls that came in together like as a friend group, and each one of them had like a different like saying on their shirt that was kind of wine related, but then matched their personality. And I was like, that's cute. Like I could see that from Mimosa Hotline, like really cute.
I feel like we'd have like a wine phrase, a tea phrase, a mimosa phrase. Just our like business bestie, like blurps of I smarted too hard, or this is the action you get for all of the hard work I put in this week. Like that could be the weekend shirt. Like this is the action you get for all the hard work I've put in. Yeah, that would be my lounge shirt.
I have always said I want a t-shirt company at some point. Right, I don't know why. I've always wanted to.
Kind of perfect for this one. So,
but anyway.
Yeah, I really like these. It'll be good. I'm sorry that I didn't get it. I don't think I'm a good enough friend to wait for you.
Today's the 23rd. I mean, I will be there in 30 days.
That's exciting. I'll put a phone countdown. Wow. I will put a countdown on my phone. Sorry. See, this is why we have this phrase, y'all. Like, I was gonna say, I don't know that I'm a good enough friend to wait for you till you have yours so we can all wear them together, but
you can wear it. I'm fine with that. And you're fine to go ahead and
I'll save the teacups. I'll wait for the teacup.
Okay. You're fine. Go for it. You're fine.
Whole time with it on the floor. That was the hardest part. Didn't even peek, I swear. But I will say that's the thing I caught myself on. I was gonna order one that said details. And I thought there were gonna be 3 hats in there, but apparently I held back. So I don't the 2 weeks ago version of me, what were you doing? Should have ordered the damn thing. They look great. Trust yourself.
Well, I mean, if you don't know what they're gonna look like, I understand that too. Like
yeah.
But now that you know the quality of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, and it was the biggest I could make it. I spread it across the printable section as much, but it's not bad. It's cute.
Yeah, I think it looks great. I'm excited.
Me too. And like, I can't wait for the stock, like the imagery that we're going to make with this, like Mimosa Hotline, and like stand it up, you know, like all the, does anyone else get these moments? Of course not, because they're not us, but you're like already planning the like snapshot of like how this looks. It looks really good. Just so you know, it looks so good on the table next to each other. Okay. But yeah, we need a green and a taupe for sure. The hats will stay. The only thing though I didn't look at, but I'm pretty sure I can't do, is I don't think I can put business bestie on the back, and I don't think I want that. Maybe.
I mean, we probably could with a printer somewhere, maybe.
Yeah, but these ones didn't have that. So yeah. And maybe they'll be like I'm thinking of all the wrong words, version variation, but like, you know, the first series was this, then the second series, and then people can like collect them. Well, AKA I want to collect them and y'all just keep up. Yeah. And I'm glad it's not like the pink, because that would have been too femme for me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I would have, I mean, a pink hat would be great, don't get me wrong, but I'm with you on that. Like a black or gray or a dark color better for me. Yeah.
No, these are the days that I need to hide, and y'all just need to this is perfect for my no makeup days. Like and I'm really excited because I think tomorrow's no makeup day. I'm ready for one. Like
you have me all day tomorrow.
I know. That's why it's a no makeup day.
Oh, okay.
What do you need me to dress out? I'll dress
No, I don't actually.
Me all day tomorrow. You need to be presentable. Be sorry. I show up. Lipstick and a lipstick. Came out wrong too. I was going to say lipstick and a bright colored mascara. That was backwards. A mascara and a bright colored lipstick is how you pull off the hat mode. But people, it's been a week.
It's been a week. It's been a couple of weeks, let me tell you.
I know. Looking at our time, I feel like we covered absolutely so much and everything, but anything last final thoughts? Do you want to talk about Ariel?
Oh, I mean, I can.
I don't know.
Yeah. If we're diving into personal stuff.
I'm so proud of you. I want to talk
about it. Okay. I mean, what do you want to know? Like,
well, tell everybody what you started.
So I have started doing aerial classes and / coaching, which is like when you go to Circus du Soleil and you see those pretty draperies and they like do all of the flippy things. Yeah, the silks, like that stuff.
That's so cool. And you have video of it and you're swinging around and you're turning and it's so pretty. I love it.
And I will say, yeah, yesterday was probably the best class I've had. Like, because I'm a beginner, like I've only been doing this for a month now. Yesterday was the class that I walked in and when she was like, okay, like do a Russian climb. And then I knew what to do and I, could get up there and I didn't have to think about, okay, what am I doing here? What is a Russian climb again? So like we got to do a lot of basic things because it was starting to get ingrained in your brain,
I love that.
It was yesterday was a good class. My feet though are bruised.
Yeah.
So we do silks, like that's kind of the main thing is the silks, but then we also do rope, like, and because they do it on ropes too. And to be honest, I like the rope better because there's more friction, like when you're holding it, like you can get a better grip on things. But the
silks kind of squeeze you because you have to go with tension, and rope you can kind of just grab. That makes sense.
Yeah. And so and silks even have like a little bit of give where rope kind of doesn't. But when you're like putting it up, so like a Russian climb is right, you take it and you pull it up and then you climb. And so like you have the rope on your feet, and now like my feet are all bruised up from, you know, where things slide across them, or I've done.
Do they have, so question, do they have, like, you've seen dancers and things that when they're on the floor, like base floor, they have that, like, it's a sock, but it basically wraps to the underside of the ball of their foot. Do they have anything like that? Like
Not necessarily. Like, I mean, if you wear socks, you slide out of it.
Okay.
So you
what
need
about
the
taping
traction.
your feet? I know that sounds
I think taping could probably work.
Okay.
I mean, it's not, no, I don't. No, I mean, it's not a big
medic and totally can tape an ankle like a so good. I'll teach you.
I mean, the only thing is, I mean, you slide down it. So the only thing about tape is like, would it I don't know.
It will not move. I promise. I'll tape one of your ankles and you're going to be like, oh, this feels amazing. And I want it. Everybody, like, once you tape your ankles, it's like one of those things that you just kind of want to wear all the time. It's not necessarily, it is kind of a bra effect. It's like when it's on, it just feels nice. It's the support that you need and it's there, but you are excited to take it off at the end of the day.
Right.
But there's a couple of things. So there's a skin guard. It's a very thin, I would say like toilet paper thin, but it's foamy mesh that you put between the skin and the tape so that it doesn't like
friction,
be adhesive and cause blisters.
Yeah.
But then everything that's on there, it's like a cast. It's like a soft form cast that will keep your foot in the shape that it's at. You usually flex your foot for that right ankle. Well,
I do need mobility in the ankle.
Okay, then you just don't use the
it's just stirrup
wrap. So yeah. There's ways that you can tape an ankle to have mobility, and then there's ways where you keep it. So for like basketball players and things like that need their feet like pretty much at that 90, then we use something called the stirrup. Start one ankle, you kind of circle around the heel and then up. Yep. But for somebody that needs that, you would just tape the ankle without that and do a cross stitch like a ballet slipper at the top of where your heel is. So like if this is the foot, it's right here that does the cross.
Yeah.
Instead of the hoop.
Right.
So there are ways, but yeah, no, that was one of my favorite things. I don't know why, but I felt like a mommy maker.
And boy, man, am I.
Oh yeah. I can't imagine.
Yeah, right in here. And I will say the one nice thing about it is because you use your back in here, like, because that's kind of like how you pull yourself up, you use those back muscles. It has really, because we sit in front of these things all day like this, I feel like this is my whole entire day. It has helped with that posture a lot, even within a month. Like I can tell a difference. I can tell when I haven't been to class, like when I'm kind of getting to that week mark, I'm starting to be like more like this.
Like me right now. I just checked myself. I was like, I also have a pillow behind me too, but yeah, I need to, anyways, other stories, but
it's fun. Like awesome. It's really different. I mean, it's a lot of fun and
yay.
Yeah. I mean, it's so funny because I have like videos of me doing this because my teacher is good about like taking some videos. And of course I'm one of those people. I'm like, you take whatever you want, if it helps you market, it helps me market, we're good, whatever. I've been dancing for 20 years. I don't have a single video of that.
Oh,
so I need to get
Zumba. You should get one of the ladies to just be like, hey, just grab.
Well, I'm in a class with 30 other people. So you don't necessarily, people don't want all of that, but one of these days I'll have a private session and actually record it. Cause I'm probably a better dancer than Ariel is just because I've been doing it for 20 years, but
well, and also
I don't know. Some days I'm a great dancer, and then some days I'm in there and I look like a beached whale. Like it just happens some days. Like all my coordination goes out the door. It's so funny. It's weird.
Yeah. I mean, if you do a video shoot, you could bring a videographer or something and then do that like update. I'm actually planning that. I was thinking with the photo shoot that I talked to you about, I was thinking of having that guy that offered to support with video come same day. I mean, might as well. And then there's consistency across media. And I was like, ooh, so I need to ask the photographer first because it's her studio, her set. But if she's open to it, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So
kill two birds with one stone.
Yes, exactly. I'm so proud of us. Do you know the timestamp right now is exactly an hour?
I just looked at the time. Although we didn't talk about the Facebook thing. We need to say that for next week for sure. We need to talk about that.
Fair. Is it burning inside of you that you want to do it today? Because
no, it's
to the time frame.
No. It is not, but it is something people need to be aware of.
Okay. Well, guess what, people? Tease. And
tease.
Yeah.
We're talking Facebook next week.
We will talk about that. All right. Final thoughts, questions, concerns, emotional outbursts? No?
I think I'm good for today. Are you good?
Good. All right. So with swag in hand, website coming. So much
Hotline's up. Yeah.
Hotline is up. Oh my God. Call that hotline. We dare you. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
Say your name, say your business. For us, if
or
you
don't
anonymous, don't say
Yeah.
it. Like, you do you. Remember that the comments are always open for you. Yeah. We are live every Thursday at Pop Quiz Win, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and Eastern, whatever new EST, EDT, whatever it wants to be. But typically it's at noon. So just aim for that.
Just noon.
And that, I think, is a wrap.
Yep.
Okay. Bye, guys. See you next Thursday.